are not out of danger. We are not out of the woods, ika nga. The COVID-19 originally has sprouted so many variants at hindi natin alam na baka sakali may resurgence gaya ng ibang countries. What's happening now in Japan, China. Dito sa atin, mga doktor, tinanong ko sila, bakit ganon? I said, the danger is still there. Bakit medyo mababa tayo? And ang sabi ng mga doktor, it's because we maintained the requirement of having a mask. Sa kanila kasi tinanggal nila ang mask kaagad. But you know, they were conscious of the fact that they can, I said, come back. The COVID-19 or its variant would come back with vengeance. Better be on this side prudence and maintain the protocols of washing of the hands. And itong whether or not crowds are okay now. But then again, they said that it would be better if we maintain the requirement of wearing a mask. That will be a mandatory requirement until the last day, until I go out of the presidency. Yun na lang maiwan ko. Anyway, wala mawala sa iyo. Many are really complaining about the mask. A good number. I will require it until the end of my term. After that, bahala na sila kung anong gusto nila. I would no longer in a position to govern.
The News Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The death toll due to tropical depression Agaton has increased to more than 170. Nowhere is the destruction more evident than in Leyte, where hundreds were buried alive due to massive landslides. Jenny Don has the story.
Gutom kukuya. There were the words of 11-year-old CJ when a rescuer saw him inside the landslide-ravaged part of Barangay Cantagnos in Baybay, Leyte. Due to his fractured legs, rescuers put CJ inside a broken refrigerator.
May nakita akong buko doon, binasag ko, then nilagay ko yung tubig sa may mineral bottle. Then may laman naman yung sinubuan ko po siya. Kanya pinainom. Tapos yung rep nilagyan namin ng cover para hindi siya giginawin.
While he was fortunate to survive the landslide, his mom and dad did not.
Nakita ko siya sa rescue. Naabutan sila ng ikalawang yanig, iniwan siya sa bahay. Talagang nagsumikap siya na alisin yung mga nakaharang sa kanya para makalabas siya. Hanggang sa nakita na siya ng rescue.
But not every family had a story of survival. Not one of Mantisa Polvera's 26 relatives survived. She was in Manila when the landslide happened.
Sobrang sakit na hindi ko pa maintindihan. Ang gagawin namin kung saan kami mag-uumpisa magkakapatid. Kung paano namin pagpatuloy na wala na sila nanay, tatay, mga kapatid ko na nasanay kami. Nandiyan sila lagi sa tabi na pag kailangan namin.
Baybay City Mayor Jose Carlos Cari said that rescuers have already shifted to search and retrieval operations focusing on barangays Mailhi and Cantagnos. They have yet to decide if they will continue their operations or divert to a recovery plan. Relatives of missing residents are protesting.
Gusto namin lahat. Kahit patay na sila, makita man lang sila at nailibing naman sila ng maayos. Huwag po sana kayong tumigil.
For News 5, Jenny Dongon, BR1 News.
As of this morning, 175 people are confirmed to have died in the aftermath of Agaton. The fatal landslides in Leyte also left 8 persons injured, while 110 people remain missing. Almost 600,000 families were affected, translating to over 2 million persons across more than 2,000 barangays. Agricultural damage from Agaton has topped 250 million pesos, while damage to infrastructure remains at 6.9 million pesos. Meanwhile, the cost of damage on residential homes exceeded 700,000 pesos. slow internet speed, loud noises while teaching from the same space, and paying for their own mobile data. These are some of the problems faced by teachers as they return to on-campus work while also still conducting online classes. The details in this report from Laila Pangilinan.
It's now mandatory for teachers and non-teaching personnel at the Justice Cecilia Muñoz Palma High School in Payatas, Quezon City to physically report for work. This is the first time that over 300 faculty members will be physically meeting again after 2 years due to the pandemic. Our team caught the teachers voting on who will be assigned in given shifts, given the huge number of teachers tasked to handle over 10,000 students.
Ako mismo ay nabigla sa yung pagdami ng mga teachers na pumunta dito. Usually kasi sa 10 lang, 50, ganun lang yung ngayon na na-witness ko sa unang araw ng 100% implementation ng pag-report ng mga teaching and non-teaching personnel sa eskwelahan.
The school's management also made sure that there are cubicles in the faculty room to ensure physical distancing among teachers.
Dati ang mga faculty rooms namin, mga teacher magsama-sama, pero dahil nga kailangan sundin na maghiwa-hiwalay sila, masunod natin yung 1 meter na distance.
Hand washing stations are also placed within campus. Though most of the faculty appear ready for physical reporting, some are still in doubt that the memorandum making this move mandatory is being implemented properly.
Sana planuhin muna mabuti. Sana nagkaroon muna ng masinop na pagpaplano bago pabalikin sa physical reporting ang mga teacher ng 100%. Kasi hindi namin po inaasahan ito.
Mama Del seems unbothered over the large amount of papers she needs to check. But what she's afraid of is the loud and potentially distracting noise in the faculty room while teachers simultaneously conduct online classes from campus.
Kasi sa bahay, doon kami naka-stay. Mayroon kaming room din sa bahay for them. Dito sa school, ay magulo pa dahil magsama-sama kami. Alaga naman magsabay-sabay kami magsalita sa kanila bawat seksyon. Kaya need namin talaga na sa isang private room.
Justice Palma is not the only school encountering such problems as faculty members return to on-site work. At Acacia Elementary School in Malabon City, internet is available, but the speed is not enough to serve all its 72 teachers. Some are already using their own internet data, but the signal is sometimes spotty.
Wala namang internet, ito pa putol-putol. Chika lang kami ng chika.
Some teachers meanwhile lament that they are forced to load up on mobile data while also paying for the internet at home, which no one uses anymore.
Nagpakabit ako ng interconnection sa bahay dahil nung nasa work from home. 1,500. Ako ang nagbabayad. Since na mahina ang internet connection dito, nagpa-load ako sa co-teacher ko utang.
Despite these issues, faculty members are not pinning the blame on the school's principal.
Tagasunod lang kasi din sila. Sa totoo lang, nakikita nila yung sitwasyon, pero syempre naghihintay din ito ng utos from the division. Kaya tali din yung kamay ng mga school head. Pero kung tatanungin sila, isasama ang koordinasyon ng mga teachers, meron silang solusyon. Meron sila. Miski dito lang sa amin meron. Pero ang sabi nga nila, hindi ako pwedeng lumihis. Kailangan sumunod ako dito.
Teachers say that they are prepared to return on campus, but it appears what's not ready is our own technology and this new system of education.
Ang face-to-face gusto na namin yan Pero ang daming tanong na yung lagi na lang bang guro ang sasalo? Diba? Siguro dapat talaga makita ng gobyerno, ng ahensya, yung totoong pangangailangan ng edukasyon.
For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, We Are One News.
A fire broke out at the Development Bank of the Philippines building along Makati Avenue earlier today. The fire started a few minutes past midnight and reached up to the second alarm. It was contained after 2 hours and there were no casualties following the incident. The Bureau of Fire Protection has yet to determine the direct cause of the blaze.
Involved po natin is 8th floor. Nag-umpisa ang sunog sa Treasury Department ng DBP Building. Under investigation pa po, hindi pa natin alam yung pinagmulan ng sunog.
The camp of Manila Mayor Isko Moreno denies that it was their idea to ask Robredo to withdraw from the presidential race. Acción Democrático Chairman Ernest Ramel told One News's The Big Story that it was former Defense Secretary Norberto Gonzales who came up with the idea. Ramel said that Moreno's call was based on Gonzales' analysis that the survey runner-up should give way for the other candidates, as Gonzales believes she has no chance of beating the front-runner Marcos Jr.
So it came to his mind, why are you asking me to withdraw and make the supreme sacrifice? Or in fact, the analysis of Secretary Gonzales is that the number 2 could not beat number 1. Why don't you instead withdraw? And not I or any of us here, gentlemen present.
However, Norberto Gonzales is telling a different story. He told 1PH's Wagpo that there were no talks, let alone an agreement, to call for Robredo's withdrawal. Gonzales suspects that only Moreno's camp may have planned the move. Senator Ping Lacson, who also joined the press conference, had also earlier distanced himself from Moreno's push for Robredo to withdraw.
Wala talaga. Totally unexpected as far as we are concerned. Ewan ko lang si Isko kung pinlano niya yun, pero wala sa kanya wala sa pinag-usapan.
And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 11 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.